Okay, so this first step is deciding what is your niche. What is the aspect of real estate that really excites you? Is it industrial? Is it leasing? Is it residential? Is it luxury? Is it, I don't know, mobile homes? Is it commercial? Is it apartment buildings? You've got to find out what your niche is, because once you do that, you'll narrow it down to about 10% of all brokerages, or maybe 15% or whatever, but you will eliminate all the other ones. And I made the mistake of getting with a brokerage that was mostly just residential. It was mostly just list houses, sell houses, whatever, when I didn't like that. I hated it, in fact. I wanted the investment side. I wanted the numbers. I wanted to build wealth from real estate, not to point out crown molding and granite countertops and be like, oh, your kids will love it, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that crap. I wanted the money. I wanted, you buy this piece of crap house, but you could rent it out for this, you could rehab it, you could flip it, or you could rent it out and then build a portfolio. That's what excited me. And because I made the wrong decision the first time, I actually quit real estate 5 years ago. I flipped a few houses, got with it, hated being a realtor so much that I quit and didn't get back into it until just recently. So don't make that mistake. Narrow it down to the brokerage, the company that really suits your passion in real estate, or you're going to make the same mistake I did. The next thing I would do is I would go on Zillow and go on Realtor.com and see who's getting the listings that you want. If you really want luxury homes in a certain neighborhood, for example, look in that neighborhood, look at the price range and see what's available and what has sold, and see what companies are representing them. Because those agents, yes, they will be your competition, but maybe because they're with that brokerage and their training is very good or their reputation is very good, that's going to help you. So you got to use that. You got to do your own research and see who is getting the listings and why, and then also what friends say. Ask your friends, post on Facebook, hey, I'm thinking of, I need to sign my, hang my license with a broker. What have you heard about this company? Or I'm looking for a luxury brokerage. Any recommendations? Or I need, I'm looking for industrial or a leasing specialty, blah, 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 blah. What have you heard? And look on Yelp at these agents. And, if you see 4 different agents under one brokerage that are doing a lot of listings, getting a lot of sales, see what their Yelp reviews are and see, of course, most of them are going to be good, but look for patterns, because maybe one company is just amazing at customer service, or they have certain things that you'll see that you want to say, you know what, it looks like they're training their agents right, or they're treating people right. And you'll also find it the other way too. If you have a couple agents where they have bad marks, they have bad reviews on Yelp because maybe the training's poor or their standards are poor, well, you know what, that's going to hurt you too, because if all of a sudden you're with a broker that has a bad reputation, you could be the best agent in the world, but people might not want to do business with you because they've heard of how your broker operates. So think about that. But the bottom line is to narrow it down to about 4 to 5 brokerages. The next thing you got to do is you got to meet with a couple of them. I think 3 is a magical number, because 4 or 5 is just going to be too overwhelming, too many similarities. It's going to be too hard to differentiate. But go down to the 3 top agencies, brokerages, whatever, companies that you really feel would be a great fit for you. Meet with all 3 of them and take notes. Take detailed notes, because once you leave one and go to the other, and then you go to the 3rd one, you'll forget about the first one. So take detailed notes and sleep on it. Definitely don't make any decisions that day. Meet with all 3, take a couple days off, and maybe do a bit more research on each one before you make your decision. But that way you are using this filter to get down from 100 companies down to 25, down to 4 or 5, down to 3, and then ultimately your one should be the perfect fit for you. Now, another thing I didn't really mention is commission split and training. You got to figure out what it is that you're strong at and what you're weak at. If you've done real estate for so long and you're successful, maybe you don't need the training and you want a better commission split, and that's more important. But if you're a newbie, if you just got your license and you're really just getting into this world, A 50-50 commission split might sound crappy because you're only keeping half the money, but what if you can do 3 times the deals because your training is so on point, you have a mentor, and you know, it doesn't matter. Like short term, sure, you're splitting 50-50, but in 2 years from now, you can negotiate 80-20 or 75-25, where you have the training, you know what you're doing, you're crushing it, and you have leverage. You gotta weigh all these pros and cons, but a lot of times agents just want the highest commission possible, and they look at it the wrong way, because the companies that charge 50-50 splits usually offer websites and support and classes and all this information that's great, which pays, which is where that 50% is going. And if you're new, that could be well worth it. So think about your pros, the pros, the cons, and really your strengths and weaknesses, and go from there. I hope this has helped. Good luck finding the perfect broker for you. I really wish you good luck. If the broker doesn't work out for you, if you don't feel like it's a good fit, just leave. Don't do what I do and quit real estate altogether, because that was a big mistake. Just quit that broker, move on to another one, learn your lesson, but don't get out of the game altogether. Thanks for tuning in. Again, my name is Bradley Jared, and this is the Millennials Guide to Real Estate. Good luck on your journey. Please subscribe to my station up here and other videos if you would like, and I will see you guys next time.
All yours.
All right, you can take your time. I mean, I'm good. All right, I'll see you out there in a minute.